If you find it difficult to create singing rap, rapping, or singing melodies, this will change your life. By the end of this video, you'll have a simple tool that will make creating your melodies much easier and more manageable. But before we find out if he's got the same kind of stand as mine, I've got a question for you. Question is, what's the best way to avoid writer's block? Leave your answers down below. If you don't know, don't worry, because I'll be revealing the answer later on in the video. Just stay tuned. Now, let's get into it. First step is the list, of course. But in order to create that list, what you need to do is listen to songs that you like the melodies of and create a list of vowel sounds that you hear being sung or stressed. This is my list. I'll have it on the screen here. Feel free to copy it. Let me look at my phone because that's where it actually is. But we've got A, U, E, or, ow, R, I, or ear. Ear, is it I? Ear, side, 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 side. Yes, I, N, on. Those are the vowel sounds that I've written down so far on my list. I'll continue to add to them as I find new vowel sounds that sound good. But this list has saved me and made it so much easier to make melodies. It saved me from making crappy melodies, saved me a bunch of time in coming up with my next rhyming words and good melodies, and it just points you in the right direction. It's so important. Write a list now, because what you'll find is that sometimes you'll write your lyrics and you'll add words that just are not going to work because the vowel sounds that they have in them, the stressed vowel sounds, just do not work with singing. And that's something that you'll need to overcome, especially if, like myself, you were a rapper first and now you're transitioning into rapping, singing. This is something you need to master. Step number 2, only use words that have stressed vowels from this list as your rhyming words or the words you sing. Let me quickly give you a brief understanding of what stressed vowels are, because when I first heard this term, I had no idea what was going on, had to do a bit of research, still didn't understand. Let's use that word that I just used, understand. With understand, the stressed vowel sound is the ah in the and. Understand. The under comes very, very quickly. Stand is the stressed sound that stays around for a little bit. So let's say that again, understand. You see how that works? Understand. Like, I'm not forcing it out. This is just the word coming out, understand. And then if I was to sing it, then I could go understand, understand, yeah. I don't really understand, yeah. Da-da-na-na-na-na-na-na. You understand, yeah. Da-da-na-na-na-na-na. You see? And in the word C, stress vowels E. Let's just say some more, say some more stuff. Say, A. Like, we could just use words forever and find those stressed vowels as we continue going on. But you want to find words that have those stressed vowels in there and don't just have like really, really short vowel sounds in them. Like but. But is not a good word to rhyme on because the is so quick. Well, actually, you could use but. Nah, I wouldn't use that. It's not good enough. Stuff like not good as well. Stress vowels are basically when the words are elongated a little bit. Do you understand? I hope you do. Step number 3, buy this rhyming dictionary. This is the one. It's the complete rhyming dictionary. And when you get this rhyming dictionary, it will make it very, very easy for you to find words with the same vowel sounds that you want. Different rhyming dictionaries are set up differently, and an online rhyming dictionary is not as good. Trust me, I've used Rhyme Zone and online rhyming dictionaries and they just do not cut it. This is like gold, yeah? You come up with a word, you can find the exact vowel sounds. Like, let's say we've got or. Here's a bunch of words for, I don't know if this is gonna focus enough, but here's a bunch of words for the or sound, like whore, conspirator, contributor, counselor, and like there's different sections for less syllables and more syllables. It's the best option, yeah? Get this. Your rhyming dictionaries are not going to give you as many options as this dictionary will, because rhyming dictionaries are more focused on perfect rhymes, which is fine, and some rhyming dictionaries will say, hey, we're going to give you perfect rhymes, but you can also select imperfect rhymes and near rhymes and that sort of stuff. And they'll give you a few, but nothing is as good as going through the actual vowel sounds in this dictionary and finding a list of words that actually can go along with the word that you're rhyming. Trust me, once you learn how to use this, yeah, it is going to help you out a lot. I'll link it in the description down below so you don't have to search and accidentally get the wrong one. Click that link, get this rhyming dictionary. Speaking of links down below, you'll also find a link to 5 of my best beats for absolutely free. If you want to make money from your music, this is where you need to be. With these beats, you'll be able to upload your song to Spotify and online platforms and actually start making money from your music. If you're using free beats that you find online, you generally cannot monetize those songs. So click the link down below, go to jcarterray.com/free beats to grab those free beats. You got nothing to lose except for the opportunity to grab these free beats, because these free beats will not be available forever and they may not be free forever. So grab them while you can. Let's get back into it. Step number 4, don't try to sing words with too many syllables. It's not gonna work out. It's gonna be very, very difficult. Start with a maximum of 3 syllables in your rhyming words or in your rhyming spots. You can expand this as you become better and become more accustomed to rapping, singing or what have you. And as you become more comfortable with creating melodies, you can try and be a little bit more experimental. But honestly, you don't need to. We often have the desire to be a unique snowflake, and it's just not necessary. Keep it simple. I've found that 1-syllable words, great, amazing. 2-syllable words, great, amazing. 3-syllable words, pushing it a little bit. Sometimes they can be good, but any more than that, what are you doing? You're trying too hard. You don't need to be doing that. You want to make your melody easily accessible and catchy and easily singable. You don't need to do the most. Just make it interesting. And you can make it interesting with simple words. Trust me. Step number 5, practice, practice, practice. Practice makes progress, yeah? The more you practice, the easier it gets. Keep listening to artists with melodies that you like and sing along. Just the act of doing that is gonna get you better at creating your own melodies, because through doing that, you're going to kind of build a muscle reflex where you'll understand, hey, generally when I'm listening to artists, they'll go from this note a little bit up. They won't go from this note all the way up here. They won't do that. They won't go from hair to hair. They won't do that, yeah? They'll generally go from hair to hair, stuff like that, okay? And I'm probably super off key because I can only be on key when I'm listening to something that's in a particular key. I cannot sing a cappella just yet, but the point stands. Step number 6, start with a very simple melody when you're writing your songs. I like to create a draft of my song and listen to it for days. Do this. Do not try to create the perfect melody the first time you create your song, okay? Try to create a good, catchy melody and keep it super simple. Do not experiment too much. I like to keep it as simple as possible. Don't experiment too much. Listen to that song for like 3-4 days. Just consistently listen to that back. Maybe even one day if you're actually spending the whole day listening to it. I don't know who's doing that. You might be mad if you're doing that, but fair enough. Listen to it for a little while. Over that time, new ideas and new melodies will come to you, and then you can jump back into the song, try out those new melodies, see what they sound like, see if they fit, but don't do too much, yeah? If you got one melody for a section of 4 bars, the melody should maybe change once. Maybe twice, yeah? If you're really going hard, you maybe have 2 changes. But 3 times? Now it's not catchy at all, now it's whack. 4 times, now there's no cohesion, yeah? Keep it simple and then do a little bit of variation. But keep it simple as possible as first. Listen to it many, many times, then come back to it at a later date. 2nd draft, 3rd draft, that's when you start changing up the melody and adding a little bit of spice. Don't try to do too much too fast. Don't overcomplicate things. When in doubt, keep it simple. Now, earlier I asked you a question and I said I was gonna answer it later on in the video, and I am a man of my word. Question was, what is the best way to avoid writer's block? You're gonna love this because this is gonna change the way you approach songwriting forever. Now, the answer is to plan your songs. And this may sound a little bit counterintuitive because you may feel, oh, I'm a creative, I'm an artist, I work when the spirits of inspiration come to me and sprinkle glitter in my ears. No, treat it like a job. Treat it like you're working at a factory, and you'll see much better results and you'll stop being stuck. You want to plan your songs using a songwriting worksheet. Now let's go over to the computer and I'll give you a brief look into my songwriting worksheet, okay? Here we are. This is a songwriting worksheet for a song that I made called Strangers. It might be out by the time this video is out, but I doubt it because I am just about to do the second draft, maybe a third draft, and then we're gonna listen to it for maybe a week and come back to it and continue on. By the way, I am gonna make a worksheet for others that you can download. It will be out soon, and I will leave it in the description down below of this video if I remember once that's out. But this should give you a good idea of the things you want to include in your songwriting worksheet. So first of all, we've got the theme. What is the theme? These are the questions you should be asking yourself. What is the theme of this song? And everything that's included in this songwriting worksheet is created in order to keep you on track and to make sure that you never get to a point in your songwriting process where you're thinking, what do I do now? You want to take care of all of that before you get to the songwriting stage so that when you're actually writing, it's very, very easy. All you need to do is figure out the words to say what you already have decided you're gonna say, okay? So let's briefly look into this. I'm not gonna go all the way through it. That deserves a video of its own, but let's briefly go over some of the points, okay? So we got what is the theme? We've got the outline, purpose, points, or summary of the song. This is basically what the song's about. You write this up to keep it on track. It's like a basic plot device of it. Then we do object writing, which is something that I need another video to tell you about. But basically what you do is you have 10 minutes of no limit writing where you are writing about one specific subject and you're trying to incorporate 7 senses. You got your basic 5 senses. You should already know what those are: touch, sight, smell, hearing, taste. And then you've got 2 other senses, which is the kinesthetic sense, I believe. And I forgot what the other one is, but it's not super important for me to get into that in this. I think it's physiological or something. Like inside the body, basically, that's the sense. And then there's the kinesthetic one, which is your relation to the world around you. So you want to include all of those senses in your 10 minutes of object writing. So you set a 10-minute timer, you get into the writing, and you get that done. This basically just helps you get in touch with your senses a whole lot more, which helps you make better songwriting, because when you write a song and you engage with your senses, it becomes more impactful on the listener because they experience those senses as well. That's how you make your writing better instead of boring. I'm not gonna go into everything that I wrote in this song. I may do a video on that. Let me know if you want that in the comment section down below. Then we got imagine what would be happening if this music was playing in a movie. So play out that scene. Then what's the core emotion? What's the plot? This is where I go through each section of the song and basically write out what's going to be happening in that section, what it's about, what message I want to get across. Then we've got the keywords that we're going to use in our song. We use the thesaurus to basically get a bunch of words that we're going to be using throughout our song that we might use, we might not use, but it's basically words that relate to the type of feelings and the type of vibe that we want to capture in the song. And all of these should have different vowel sounds. There's no point having a bunch of words with the same vowel sound because that will make the next point redundant. The next part is to look for rhymes for each of the key words. Now, you want both of these to be related to your actual song, otherwise you're just getting words for the sake of getting words. Now, what this does, you want to do at least 10 rhymes for each word, but I went a bit wild, didn't it? But what this does is it just makes it so much easier when you're writing to actually write a line and then look through your list and see what rhyming words you have available, and it kind of directs you to the next word because you know where you can go, and it just makes the writing process a whole lot easier. And then after this, you write your song because you're done. Now you actually write the song. I've copied over the plot so that I can clearly see what's going on in each part so that I don't need to scroll all the way up every single time. And then you just write the song underneath. Now, if you want to hear this song, I'll maybe remember to link it down below, but just go to Spotify, search for J. Carter Ray Strangers, and this song will be on there. But this is going to stop you having writer's block here. Since I started doing this, no writer's block. My experience with writer's block, let's go back to the camera, is terrible. I usually have writer's block here. Writer's block plagues me often. So let's quickly recap the steps. Step number 1, listen to songs you like and create a list of vowels that sound good when sung. Step number 2, only use words that have those stressed vowels in them. Step number 3, buy the rhyming dictionary I showed you. Step number 4, don't try to sing words with too many syllables. 3 maximum. Step number 5, practice, practice, practice. Step number 6, start with a very simple melody. Don't do too much, keep it simple. Experiment later after you have the basics down. With that out of the way, I've got some great news for you. You can have your vocals Spotify ready before you even get to the mixing stage if you grab my Spotify ready vocal mixing template. Link down below, go to jcarterray.com/vocal templates. Those are going to help you out a lot. If you've got any questions or any videos you want me to make, please let me know in the comment section down below. Check out the description for great stuff like those templates, like the link to the rhyming dictionary, like those free beats and more. Check out that video next, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.